JID has completely taken over the internet in the past month, and it makes no sense.
Push the fucking pack off of the porch or break a pound down.
Surround sound is topping Billboard's TikTok chart, which in today's landscape might as well be the most relevant chart. And even though I'm not complaining, this all just came out of nowhere. In a way, you can say that JID is the same as Ice Spice or Steve Lacy or anybody who gained TikTok success beforehand. However, I believe that this can be the genesis of a mainstream superstar level run on the part of JID. But to understand what I mean by that, we need to look at the landscape of music right now. Mainly because music has been in a little bit of a drought in all fronts. The hits aren't hitting, at least not like they usually do. There's no like real events that everybody talks about for a while, and I know that's wild, but the most exciting event in the last month has been an Eminem Fortnite concert. Anyways, hip hop is no different.
Niggas so thirsty to put me in beef, dissecting my words and start looking too deep.
Because the landscape of the genre has also been largely uneventful, with most releases this year kind of coming and going. For comparison's sake, last year we were debating between Denzel, Kendrick, Pusha T, Drake and 21 Savage, Metro Boomin, and even J.I.D. for record of the year. This year though, not really. Like, I don't know, I guess you can argue about Utopia and Scaring the Host or whatever, but I don't think most people are doing that. And in terms of breakout, hip-hop isn't doing much better in that sense either. The main breakouts are Ice Spice and Sexy Red, which some people might hate on, but me personally, it's just, you know, it's whatever. Like, I don't know, I don't hate. It's just another year that goes by with no clear torch carrier for the next generation of hip-hop, with most rappers with potential either only carrying good bars or only carrying a good commercial discography. But JID, on the other hand, he might just be that guy.
Nigga, this a 3-point and 100. Will Chamberlain with the hand up.
JID is not a bad rapper by any means. The Forever Story is one of the best lyrical albums of this decade, if not the best. On top of that, JID has the support of hip-hop legends such as J. Cole, Jay-Z, and of course, the respect of hip-hop fans. And it basically seems like he can do no wrong, especially because as he has proven, he can be successful at a commercial level. Which may make you ask, what's the big hold up with JID? And to put it in simple terms, the reason why JID isn't being crowned as the next hip-hop great is because of his age. And personally, I don't think that 33 is that old, but for reference, by the time Kanye was 33, he had already destroyed his career and kind of like rebuilt it. And even people that came in older into the game like Jay-Z had already released a blueprint. But as I took a step back and I looked at JID's career and JID's life, I realized that JID is built to be the anomaly.
Like, I'm from the 6, bro. I'm from a crazy part of town. You know what I'm saying? I'm the youngest of my family, bro. Like, it's really special for me to even be in this space.
Right.
Like, I'm really doing it for my little nephews and my little homie, my little partners, you know what I'm saying?
Being the youngest of 7 children, JID would have to be special to even stand out in his own family. And to make it out of the world that he lived in would take a whole different level of work. This is because J.I.D. would come out of a low income area where drugs and the street life weren't out of the ordinary. And yet, J.I.D. would beat those odds and play D1 football for Hampton University. However though, that chapter would close after JID was kicked out of school, meaning that a backup plan was in order. A backup plan that music would provide. Though it would be tough, J.I.D. would work incredibly hard to make himself a name in hip-hop, and 5 years deep into taking music seriously, 2017 would prove to be the biggest year in JID's life. After a night performing alongside Earth Gang, J.I.D. caught the attention of J. Cole.
So he checked them out, and he saw me do the song with them. He, you know what I'm saying, he liked it and stuff. That was all for that, but wow, like the whole time we were doing a tour, I used to be smoking with Sid Brown, one of his like close friends. And after the tour, like me and Sid just stayed close. So he was playing my stuff for Cole the whole time. And he never let me know. And then one day he was just like, hey bro, you should come up to, you know what I'm saying, North Carolina, woo, woo. Like, all right, bet, let's do it. And it was history, bro. It was really organic as hell, you know what I'm saying?
Furthermore, getting the attention of a hip-hop legend such as J. Cole was not where JID's run would stop, as J.I.D. would release his debut studio album, The Never Story. The album's hype was enough to have him featured on Double XL's 2018 list, where, despite being deep into the SoundCloud era, it was the lyrical rapper who stole the show.
Nothing even matters, dog. I heard that when I was 5. That's around the same time my big brother had shown me his 9 and let me hold it, literally what I call a 9 to 5.
Considering the fact that the 2018 class was full of the Lil Pumps and Smoke Perps of the world, J.I.D. seemed like a token pick for the lyrical rap fan. And yet, He's the most relevant out of anybody on this class. I remember going into the list, I didn't know who J.I.D. was. And a large portion of people didn't either.
On me, I'ma do some shit niggas ain't never seen, bitch, I jumped to 3.
J.I.D. not only stole the show, but had the greatest cypher ever had on Double XL. Essentially, he used the platform to elevate himself in a way that no one had done beforehand and no one has done since. And he did it by using the lost art of lyricism in hip-hop, which is insane. And again, he caught this wave of hype because he was himself. And it's precisely that makes J.I.D. such a system shocker.
Push the fucking pack off of the porch or break a pound down. Get the scrap if it happen to blow, it makes a round.
In an era where everybody samples a big 2000 songs or a big 90s song and calls it a day, J.I.D. remade a most def beat.
And she came with the same type game, the type of girl giving out the fake cell phone and name.
Which is about as far away from pop as it gets. Essentially, all I'm saying is, how the fuck am I supposed to explain how J.I.D. blew up on TikTok? That shit was not in my bingo card. Now, I know that we look at TikTok like the big bad guys of the music industry, especially after what happened to Steve Lacy. That man started breaking phones and shit, you know? But when the right TikTok song hits, it hits. J.I.D.'s blow up on TikTok came out of nowhere, to be honest. And honestly, compared to other TikTok hits, I think J.I.D. is in a good position. Unlike other TikTok blow-ups, J.I.D. is not here because of a catchy hook or because of me, but because J.I.D. made a banger, which is by far the best way to blow up on TikTok. Again, I should mention that JID went big without trying. This is not a sellout record. And I don't think this is over. As of me recording this, it is holiday season, so you can't really see if the song is blowing up or not. At least not to the degree that it is. But heading into 2024, I expect surround sound to become a bona fide hit, which then makes me think J.I.D. could be that guy that hip-hop is looking for.
Yeah, bullet sneezing, we got allergies, we got alibis, we got calibers categorized.
Hear me out though, because for the last 3 or 4 years, fans have been trying to search for that leader, the next GOAT potential superstar. We've thrown out names like Roddy Ricch and The Baby and Jack Harlow. I personally throw in Baby Keem in there. Some people might even throw Denzel Curry in there. But J.I.D. is the only one that has it all.
I mean, y'all always capturing the sound because y'all from here. But to an outsider, to me, a nigga that's not from here, just a hip-hop fan, I'm like, these niggas only knew.
So grateful for what the man.
JID has a great discography, and he's only 3 albums in. And with the rise of surround sound, it proves that he can make a hit on his own. JID was on the Spider-Man album, and he had an actual hit with Imagine Dragons too.
Get pack it up on panic, batter up. Who the baddest? It don't matter cause we is your
So even though J.I.D. might be a little bit too old for some people, personally, I'm sold. I think J.I.D. is that guy. Anyways, there should be a J.I.D. video on screen. If I remember to put it there at least. With that being said though, shout out to J Dilla, shout out to me, and shout out to y'all.